Okay, good morning. So last session about few important basic HTML body section related options. We learned about how to use line breaks, blank spaces, pre-formatted text, and paragraphs, block quotes, all the basic options like code and variables, how we can manage them. Next, few more important things you need to know here is in the basic elements. Already yesterday I showed you the paragraphs and block quotes. Yeah, we learned about block quote and paragraphs, how to handle them. Next, after understanding block quotes and paragraphs, headings, block quotes, paragraphs, then we have data, terms, and definitions. Next, data, terms, and definitions. In HTML, in the body section, how we can present the terms and definitions. Actually, terms and definitions, that means for that we have some tags. So DL defines a data list. DL defines a data list, and which contains terms and definitions. Which contains terms and definitions. So data terms and definitions are kept in DL, data list. Actually, we have a data list with terms and definitions, and DT is used for data term, and DD it is used for data definition. That means syntactically we will create a data list. In this data list we will have a data term, and we will have a data definition. So this is how we define. There are various techniques of presenting this. Those we will see how we can present in a different way. So we generally use the data list with the terms and definitions. Let's see how we can how they are presented. What is the purpose of these terms and definition? So let's go to the design here. I am creating a simple design here. In the body section, I given a heading, web technologies, and here we are initially I will show you a general presentation. So we have options like HTML. So it is a markup language. Then I have CSS. It defines styles for HTML, and JavaScript. So it handles client-side interactions. So simple options I define. In this actually we have terms like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are all terms. Under those terms we have definition. One line definition, 2 lines, paragraph. Definition can be any lengthy. Generally now when I present this, everything will be presented in single line because there are no breaks, no paragraphs, nothing. So everything will display in this way. It will display in this way. Now in HTML, for presenting terms and definitions, we have some special elements. They can make this better. What we can do is we can put all this in a data list, everything in a data list. That doesn't make any difference. It will just look like this, nothing difference. In the data list, this HTML is a term. Then terms are defined by using dt. And under that term, this is definition. And definitions are defined by using dd. Now similarly, this CSS is another term. CSS is another term. So we have dt. And this is the definition. So that is dd, definition. And JavaScript is another term, dt. And this is the definition. So dd. Now you can see the appearance looks little different. That means all terms are in one alignment. All definitions are having one alignment. So it gives an appearance in this way. For example, you can make it styles we know now. So what we will do is wherever data term is there, I will give font weight as bold. Then you can see the terms will be bold. You can add more effects. So we can give background color as gray and color as white, and it will give that appearance like this. We have terms and definitions. Padding, everything you can give, configure. You can change alignment also. Center alignment, left alignment. That means text align center, then it will give those to the center align. But we will keep it left only. So that means just keep that left. That is terms and definitions. And remember, so all the terms and definitions are kept inside a data list. You can write in several ways. Actually, you can write two terms. You can write any number of terms. That means this is term 1. We have like term 2, term 2. For both the terms, we can have same definition. That means you can add multiple terms, one below another, or you can add multiple definitions also, one below another. It's not like one term and one definition. You can have multiple terms for one definition. You can have multiple definitions for one term. You can write in either way, right? That means here I am writing now. So HTML, another data term. I will say markup, hypertext markup language. And you can see that for two terms, both are the terms, but they look like combined. For every term I will give margin bottom as 10 pixel. Then you can see some distance between those two terms. That depends on your requirement. Under many terms, you can have one definition. Under one term, you can have several definitions. That means you see, it is a markup language. I can add another definition. It is used for presentation. I can add one more definition. And definition can be many. So that means these are the terms and these are the definitions. This is a presentation style for terms and definition. For that, we have to use combination of this data list with the terms and definition. So consequences, your wish. Sometimes people ask like, can I put only definition without terms? Your wish. You can put only terms, you can put only definitions, you can put combination of both of them, you can keep multiple, it doesn't matter, right? There is no order for this, but order is under a term you should have definitions. Any terms, any definitions, without terms only definitions, without definitions only terms, your wish, you can write in another way. So this is presenting terms and definitions. But generally, when you are watching various websites, the way of presenting the terms and definitions will be affected by using styles. So several times when you are watching websites, this you will get in on experience, you will understand gradually. Generally, when you look at various websites, then on screen some presentation is present. Then beginners, generally freshers, what they generally observe is, so the alignments of contents are in a very different way, and they think that I haven't learned like this. That means in HTML I have learned so many things, but my trainer haven't told me how to design like this, right? That means the point is, that is the concept that is used for designing it, you have learned. Only the point you need to know is what is used for designing it. That means you learned everything. Only the concept is, you have to observe and you have to identify what concept is used for presenting it. That is where many people miss the concept. So many times people miss that point, that they simply think, they simply give a point like, I haven't learned it. But every design is done only with what you have learned. You are learning everything which is required for design. Only the concept is, you need to know how to present. I will show you one example. The terms and definitions you have seen like this, terms and definitions like this. But see, for example, I will remove this and I will clean up the style. Here I am designing some resume like format, profile like format, or I am designing something like details of any product. Suppose I will say product details, and here we have a data list with a data term, name, and data definition, some Samsung TV, another data term, price, and data definition, some price. So data definition, we added some price. Another, we have data term, and here we defined as some stock, and the data definition available. Like this, we defined some options. And usually all these terms and the definitions are displayed in this way. Now, in many websites, how you will see these terms and definitions presented, actually, see, wherever data terms are present, so we have DT, data term. I given font weight as bold, that's okay. That means terms are bold. And here we have data list, DL is data list. I want this terms and definitions side by side. They are one below another. I want to arrange side by side. That means now how many columns we want here? How many columns we want here? Two columns. How to divide data list into two columns? You know it. How to divide data list into two columns? Display. Display what? Grid. Okay. Next. Grid template. Grid template, columns. How many? Left and right are there. So left I will give, suppose I give as 3 fractions. Then right it should be 9 fractions. So now you can see that content will be displayed side by side. Now many times people come and immediately ask, sir, in website I have seen like this how to design. You haven't said about it. These are all general basic points that a learner should know. You will able to do that once you start learning about CSS. You will understand. That means in a beginning level, these kind of doubts will come. How to arrange like this? I have seen in a website. They are done with what you have learned only. Here we are not using anything special. We are using terms and definition. Generally, when anybody who don't know this concept, when you show this screen, they think like it is a table with rows and columns. But actually it is not a table. It is terms and definitions. Terms and definitions. Spaces between them, alignment between them, everything you can arrange now. Suppose data terms. So I given as margin bottom as 20 pixel. And you can see some space arranged between them. So we can highlight the terms. We can highlight the terms. So background color as gray. So color as white. We can highlight the terms. You can see highlighted. We can highlight the definitions. We can highlight the terms. That means wherever we have DD, that is data definition, background color some yellow, and you can see it will highlight that. Again, margins, borders, everything you have to adjust for every content. It completely depends on your presentation skills. This we are going to see in your CSS. But whenever you are presenting terms and definitions, you are presenting terms and definitions, majority of the time, you will see side-by-side presentation. And that can be done by using columns. How we can display that? Just we can apply a style. For data list, we can configure the style. What is the style? Here we are defining display. Display what? Grid. And we are using another option, that is grid template columns. How many fractions? 3 fractions and 9 fractions. That is how we need to configure. So arranging of content depends on the requirements, so that you can easily manage with your general basic CSS. So these are terms and definitions. Next important, after terms and definitions, we have details and summary. Details and summary. Details and summary. So details and summary is defined by using details contains information which you can toggle display. Details contain information which you can toggle display. Toggle display means show or hide. Toggling the display means showing or hiding. We call as toggle display. And summary. So it defines the title for details. Summary defines the title for details. Usually we design in this way. Syntactically, we design in this way. We have details in that summary and the title you want, and after that your content and close details. That's how you need to define. So one important note is details is hidden by default. Details is hidden by default. Keep the option open. Keep the option open. So the option, better we say attribute. keep the attribute open. So you keep the attribute open in order to open the contents. So this detail notes is there in the document. Now, this is just only summary I am giving, just one point I am giving here. So what is details and summary? How this details and summary works? Let's see. So details and summary is simple. Let's go to the design. So in the design, now we'll clean up this. And how we can handle details and summary. I'm writing here, so select category, some shopping sites, products, categories of information we are displaying. In this, I am giving details. In the details, we are writing summary. In the summary, I said some electronics. And here inside this, I am using a data list. In that, I am using data definition. No terms, only definitions. I am writing only definition. Suppose I said some televisions. So another mobiles. So another some watches. So like this I defined. This is one details. I am adding another details. In that I defined again summary. So footwear. And here we have a data list and a data definition. So here I defined some casuals, some data definition boot. So and sneakers. Okay, these are the options we defined. Now you define these options and you can see I just given only two categories. They look like this: electronics and footwear. This is details. And you click on the arrow left, it will expand the details and display them. And footwear, under footwear, these are the topics we are having. In the later stages, we can make them clickable links. When user selects them, it can open those contents. Those all we can do. Here, the concept is how you can present this information. This is called details and summary. Summary contains the title to display here. And everything is kept inside the details. By default, when page opened, all are in collapse mode. We can keep this any one details with an open attribute. When you keep open attribute, by default it is in open state. That means whenever page opens, one category should display. All categories cannot collapse. One category should display. You can keep open for multiple also. Second details also open. Your wish. You can display both. So, but we don't want. So by default, we will keep one. Others, if user want, he can expand and collapse. Even you give open, if they want, they can collapse and keep this. So we can just define, you can just define open to any one of them, then it will keep that open. So this is a simple option of details and summary. But unfortunately, this is not supported in legacy browsers. Old version browsers can't handle this. So if you are using any old version browser of Chrome or Firefox or Internet Explorer, this is not available. Make sure that you have an advanced browser, because details and summary is not supported on certain browsers. Old version browsers don't support that. That means if you are practicing this on an old version browser, you will not see these arrows expand, collapse. You will see all the content plain. So then don't think that it is not working for you. Your browser is not supporting it, right? That is your browser issue. Make sure that you change the browser and update the browser with the new version. So this is details and summary. Details and summary. And if you want your summary to keep open, then you have to define in this details what open. And your summary so contains title and in this your content. That's already I given there, and details you can close. Every details is independent. Individually you have to create details. So when you are configuring the details and summary, by default the summary is in collapse mode. You can keep it open by using the attribute open. It is the same attribute that you used for dialogue. For dialogue we used the same open attribute. So that is details and summary. Next important, so we have data list with terms and definitions, details and summary. Another option we have field set and legend. Field set and legends. How you can display the field sets and legends. While presenting the content, these are the various options which makes the presentation effective. Field set and legends, how you can define them. Actually, field set defines a frame, and legend defines a caption for frame. That's what actually field set and legend. And usually we design in this way. We have field set, so field set, and in that we have legend and your title and legend close, and here your content what you want, and close your field set. That's how we can design a field set. Generally field sets and legends are used for displaying various categories of contents. Multiple categories of contents can be displayed. So for example, suppose we are designing some contents in category wise. We are displaying some category wise. Let's see here. So how this field set works. I will clean up this again. Yeah. Now here we are defining a field set, and inside the field set I am adding some content here. You can add any content. For example, I will create a data list with the data term, so name, so data definition, some Samsung TV, and data term price, and the data definition some price. So I added some terms and definitions in a field set. Usually you can see that you can have any content inside it, a paragraph, anything inside it. Now the field set, it looks like this. Field set will actually put a frame. It will put a frame. Field set puts a frame for your content. The outside, whatever you are having, that is the frame. That is the frame. So usually I can have multiple field sets. Another field set I defined, and in that we have data list, data term, suppose stock, and data definition, and this is available, and another data term shipped to, and data definition some Delhi, something like this, Delhi, Hyderabad, like this. Now these are the options. For example, vendor, so, and data definition, suppose Samsung, like so, or say Reliance Digital. Okay, that is the vendor. So these are all the options we defined. We have two field sets here. These are the two field sets we are having. And what I am doing here is some space between field set. That means field set margin top margin some 30 pixels. Some space between two field sets will come. Between two field sets will come. And for data terms, I am giving here font weight as bold. That's enough to highlight the terms and definitions. Alignments already we know. So data list, suppose if you want to keep them side by side, then data list, we have display as grid and grid template columns. So 3 fractions and 9 fractions. They will keep everything side by side. And every data term, so I given as margin bottom as some 20 pixels. Then it will adjust some space. Now actually first field set contains basic details. Second field set contains shipping details. Two are different categories. Then what we are doing is, for first field set, this is the first field set, we are adding a legend. Here in the legend, we are saying basic details. Basic details is the legend for the first one. And second field set, we are giving a legend. Here I am giving as shipping details. Shipping details. And you can see that the legend will be displayed for field sets in this way. That is the field set with the legend. Field set with the legend. Legend usually displays here. Like you can see the legend is displayed here. So it is displaying basic details. This is the legend. You can change its alignment. You can keep it center. You can keep it left. You can keep it right. You can display with different appearance. You can put shadows and effects. That depends on your style requirements. For example, now that is, so that means this is entire field set. And this field set is having a legend. These kind of categories of contents you can display. Let's go to the styles. In the styles, what I am doing is, wherever legend is present, I will keep text align center. Legend text alignment I kept center. So, and you can see legend will come to center. We have basic details in the center. I want a border for that legend, then border as 2 pixel solid and some black color border. I want some padding for legend. Padding I given as 10 pixel padding for legend. And I given as font size as 20 pixels for legend. And font weight as bold for legend. Then you can see it looks like this. The basic details, the shipping details, whatever we are having. Now important here, I will keep the font size so short north. I will just give as 17 or 15 pixels. That's enough. Now I want here, you can see border 1 pixel. And already I told you we can even give border radius. Border radius 20 pixel. Then you can get curved. Now, whenever you are displaying the legend, you see for legend, I am giving a width as 200 pixels. Legend width 200 pixels. Then all will have a correct even width. Otherwise, according to the title inside the legend, they will have different width. You can give a common width for all the legend. If you want to highlight more, generally we can keep a shadow. Generally, how you can keep the shadows. Shadows are defined. That means you have to define. I will just give a shadow for containers. That means wherever you are using divs, spans, any container, if you want to keep a shadow for the container, shadow for container, you can apply like this. You can apply shadow for container like this. That means you can have a div. If you want shadow, then you have to define an attribute called box shadow. box shadow. In this box shadow, you have to mention so horizontal, and you have to define vertical shadow, vertical. I will tell you the units, how to mention. This is just only syntax. Horizontal, I will just give detailedly. Horizontal and vertical, and we have blur and color. This is how you define shadow. So these are the options for defining a box shadow. That means we write like this actually. So we have a box shadow. Horizontally, suppose 5 pixels. Vertically, some 4 pixels. Blur 2 pixels. And color is some red. Like this, we give the attributes. First unit is horizontal, second unit is vertical, third unit is blur, and the fourth one is color. I will show you how it is going to work. So this you can keep for anything, a div or a paragraph or a block quote or a data term or a data definition or a legend or a field set, anywhere you can configure this, even for body section also. So here you see now, for legend, I am giving box shadow. First horizontal, I am giving actually 0 pixel, horizontal 0, vertical 0, blur 0, and color as gray. So that means a shadow something like gray or red shadow I am giving roughly. You see initially, so there is nothing there. Let me zoom this just for your visual sake. Now you see horizontal I given as 5 pixels. Horizontal 5 pixels. And you see horizontal shadow comes. Left to right. I need vertical. Vertical means second value. Second value belongs to vertical. Vertical I will give as some 3 pixels. Then you can see it will come down. Horizontal little bit left side, then you can change it to 3 pixels, then horizontally left. Vertically I given as 13 pixel, then it will go down. It depends vertically how you want to configure. That is 3 pixels horizontal, vertical. Shadow is solid color. That means shadow is very dark color. This third value tells the blurriness. You can blur the color. That means I will blur the color by 5 pixels. Then red color will be blurred. That means we will not have a solid red color. We will have a blurred red color. That makes the shadow better. That is the blurred one. That makes the shadow better. So 3 values you have defined and configured. Color, I can change the color here. Suppose I say gray, and the gray color for the shadow will come. I given the shadow, so gray, you can see now it looks better. A slight shadow with a blurriness and displaying the content there. If you want the blurriness to reduce, you can say 2 pixels. Then blurriness will reduce, then solid shadow will come. Solid shadow will come. 0 you can keep, then it is perfect dark color. Blurriness you can increase for it. You can keep it for everything. Suppose you can keep it for entire field set. For entire field set, box shadow 3 pixel, 2 pixel, some color as dark cyan, some color, and it will apply for entire field set. For entire field set you can apply, for entire body you can apply, wherever you want you can configure this. And for legend, I am just giving suppose background color as black and color as white. So background color black and color as white, and you can see it looks change according to your requirement. Suppose I given dark cyan and you can see it will give that appearance. This is the presentation of legends and field sets. Alignment of legend you can change anywhere you want. By default alignment of legend is center. You can keep it to left and alignment of legend will go to left. So you can keep the alignment of legend wherever you want so that you can define in center, left or right. Right. Now this is basically how you design the field sets and legends. We have terms and definitions and we have details and summary and field set and legend. Field set and legend. So for that to give shadow, this is how we need to configure. In the example how I given the shadow, so I just given for field set legend, right? Legend. For legend I just applied a box shadow here. So box shadow. So that is 3 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel, some gray. Like this we have defined. You can add shadow for this. Now remember, so you have to note that so box shadow cannot be applied to text. Cannot be applied to text. So you have to use text shadow. Same values, but option is text shadow. If you want to give for your text, then box shadow will not work for text. Box shadow is only for containers. For headings and the text contents, if you want to apply, then you have to define that by using text shadow. So box shadow is only for the containers like div, span, paragraphs, any container that can show some content inside it. Text shadow, the same values will come here. So for example, we have a heading. For heading, we can keep the same options, text shadow. So it is horizontal, it is vertical, it is blur, and it is color. These are the values that you define. That you can configure for text. For text, you cannot use box shadow. For text, you have to use text shadow. For example, suppose here we are having one more option, heading. Suppose let's keep some heading here. So we have a heading, some product catalog, something like this. Product catalog is a heading. It's a very big heading here. So I will put product catalog, uppercase. I'm just giving the product catalog in uppercase. Now you can write effects here for heading H1. Text align as what? Center. It is center align. Now for that you want box shadow, then we can use what? Text shadow. Text shadow, so 2 pixel horizontal, 3 pixel vertical, and 2 pixel blur, and we given as suppose yellow. So yellow is the shadow color and it will apply for the text now. It will apply for the text. So for example, I given text color. So text color as yellow and the shadow color I will keep as black. Then it will keep the content in this way. The content in this way. That means it can apply that. And the shading, you have to change the alignments. That means I want this vertical 2 pixels. Vertical 2 pixels will come. Blurriness. Suppose I am giving here, so I am giving here border as 2 pixel solid black. This border will apply for that entire heading, not for characters. So I am just applying for the heading, right? For characters, it cannot apply border. For that, we need to use some more other effects. So initially box shadow and initially text shadow. These are the two important options. For containers you can apply, just box shadow, and for fonts you can apply text shadow. Values are same. That means we are defining in the same way. So text shadow, and horizontal pixels, vertical pixels, blur and color. That's how generally we define for text shadow. This is one option of presenting field sets and legends, field set and legend. So you have seen details and summary, field set and legend, data terms and definitions. While working with data terms and definitions, one more regularly used technique I will show you, that I given in the classroom example also. In classroom document you have that example. I am showing 1-2 example here. Some more examples you will find in the classroom documentation. You will have some more examples in that. So relative. Actually, when you are working with terms and definitions, so I will keep this here. I will create another HTML file. So terms, okay, .html. The presentation have a lot of techniques. I will use here another one, head, and I will keep a title, terms and definitions. And in the body section I am creating here a heading as web technologies. Okay, and here we have data list with data term, and here we have like HTML tutorial. Okay, and under this data definition, so we are having so many options like void elements like normal elements, so like RC data elements, and foreign elements. So some options like this I will copy. Actually we have lot of headings, means lot of definitions. So 10-20 definitions and lengthy concept is present below this. Same, I am giving another term, and here the term I defined as CSS tutorial. Okay, and here I am defining data definition, selectors, so attributes, so here box model, okay, and some responsive. All these things, again CSS also is having lot of topics. What is the technique I will show you here. So and JavaScript, and the data definition we have variables and data types and operators and statements like this. And here, so I am copying this, and here I am copying all this here. Okay, now you see lot of content is present inside this. So this is lot of content. We have lot of information under every term, lot of definitions are present here. Now actually let's go to the style. So in the style, wherever data term is present, background color I will put black, padding I will keep 5 pixels, and color I will keep as white. So and the font weight I will keep as bold. I am defining this. Now you can see this is the appearance here for this. When you have lot of topics, now you see when I am scrolling, this is terms and definition scrolling. Usually what happens is in the middle of the content, now you missed the heading here. Then for people who are browsing such lengthy topics, then they have a confusion under which heading these topics comes again suddenly when they look at the page. Now when I am scrolling this heading is not there, then I am very much confused about these topics belongs to which content. A simple trick is used for this now. What I can do here is, wherever you have used data term, we have to keep the data term position as sticky. Data terms position is sticky. Sticky means they will be scrolling, they will present at their place only. Sticky means they are present at their position, but they will stick to the page after reaching certain point. Which point I have to tell. Where you want to stick them? We want to stick them at the top 0, at top 0. Then I will simply use top 0 pixel. That means position sticky. I want terms to stick at the top 0 pixel. That's simple. Then see what happens now. When I am scrolling these headings are scrolling. When I reach the top, they will stick there and rest of the content will scroll. And the second heading comes here, then this heading will stick there and rest of the content will scroll. That means you will keep on the headings stick to the page until user browses them, and rest of again they will come back as usual. When we are presenting lot of terms and definitions, this kind of presentation is very regular. That means how you can make sticky type of content. This is very important also, and you will find in several websites. For example, you see, suppose when you are designing the website. Yeah. So here I am showing some website, like suppose Inox Movies. This is a website. In this website, you can see there is a toolbar. There is a toolbar where it asks select movie, select cinema, select date. Toolbar is present. Toolbar is present somewhere in the middle of the page, but lot of content is there below. When I am scrolling this down, now you can see toolbar sticks to the top. Toolbar sticks to the top and rest of content will be scrolling there. That means now the toolbar position is sticky. Toolbar position is sticky. That means when it goes to the top, then automatically it sticks to that location. Where to stick, that you decide. For example, I given stick at 0. That is good actually. So you can give, for example, top as 50. Stick top 50. Top 50 means you can see that when I am scrolling up at 50 pixels, it will stick there. That doesn't look great because we want to stick it at the top exactly at 0 pixels, not at this. Then we can just keep top how much? 0. But to give that, first you need to keep the position. So position, what the position value should be? Sticky. If the position is sticky, then you can see that. So you can simply stick to that location there. This is very much used for terms and definitions and defining the terms and definitions. So this is general example of working with terms and definitions. Like that, some examples are already uploaded into classroom document, verify that. So these are the documentations. And these are the information about terms, definitions, data list and details and summary, and we have learned field set and legend. So these are all the various blocks of presentations we use in HTML. Next important, we have another important like ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list and unordered list. How you can present ordered list and unordered list. Actually, ordered list Ordered list is auto numbering style for list items. Auto numbering style for list items. Ordered list is auto numbering style for list items. It is defined with OL. OL for ordered list, and LI, it is for list item. And unordered list, unordered list is usually bulleted style for list items. Bulleted style for list items. Bulleted style for list items. And that is defined by using UL, that is unordered list. And LI, it is list item. We will see various examples how we can use and present this ordered list and unordered list. Usually ordered list for numbering style and unordered list for bulleted style. Some attributes are there. We will see the attributes here. So how to manage and how do we work with the attributes. So let's go to the ordered list and unordered list and see here. Yeah. I am cleaning up all this content, and here I am defining a simple heading. So web technologies. Okay. And here we are writing OL. OL is an ordered list. In ordered list, items in ordered list are defined by using LI. LI is list items. And here I am writing like HTML is one list item, and CSS another list item, some bootstrap another list item, and JavaScript another list item. It's nothing but ordered list will keep all the list items numbered. That means auto numbering style. Auto numbering style 1, 2, 3, 4. It will set auto numbering style. Now by default, the numbering will update automatically when you add an item or remove item. For example, I removed this bootstrap from here, then automatically JavaScript will be 3. The numbering updates automatically when you are adding or removing items. It will automatically update. By default, the number is defined. By default, number is defined as 1. As 1, 2, 3 number. If you want to change the number, then you can use order list with a type attribute. You can use type. Type indicates what should be the numbering type. You can use numbering type as 1, which is by default. You can use the numbering type as Roman 1, Roman uppercase, or A alphabet uppercase. These are the numbering types that you can give. You can configure the numbering types. Default numbering type is 1. And if you want to change, you can give Roman lowercase, uppercase, alphabet lowercase and uppercase. You can define them. So here I am writing the type attribute, type as I am using Roman. And you can see that the numbering type will be displayed in this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I give a number type as A, then it will be A, B, C, D. If I given the number type as uppercase A, so that is A, B, C, D. So you can have the number type as Roman letters, and you can get the Roman letters. Now, generally, when you are understanding the number type, some silly questions will come from non-technical people who don't know any computer technologies. Silly question is very common question. That's kids like question, like after A to Z, which number will come? That is a very complicated question that comes to many people. That is very senseless, because anybody who knows computing technologies, he knows that after A to Z, what will come for the next number? Do you know? Don't know. Generally in computing systems, any software, after A to Z, it will come with AA, AB, AC, like that. That's very common concept, that is AZ. After that BA and up to BZ. So up to ZZ. After that AAA. That is very common in computing system. For some people, it is a very complicated doubt. They can't sleep. What will happen after A to Z? They will ask as if it has a very big complicated question. That's a very silly thing, because anybody who know computing technologies, they know these numbering orders, because it's very common. I hope you know Excel, MS Excel. Of course, if you know MS Excel, in MS Excel, hundreds of columns will be there. And you can see in MS Excel, hundreds of columns are present. Then column A, B, C, D will be there. After Z, what will happen? A, B will come. That's a very general thing. In computing system, it's a very common concept, right? It's not a complicated thing to ask like a question after Z, what will happen, right? So similarly, when you are defining the numbers, Roman letters, they have their own representation, no problem. Only when dealing with alphabets, you have this issue. So, right, you need to know that. That means if there are more than 26, what will be the 27th number? What will be the 27th number? 27th number usually will be AA. After that, AB, AC, like that, right? So, numbering, we have one important attribute, and that attribute is type. Type indicates what should be the numbering type. Next important attribute for ordered list, we have an option called start. Start indicates, so from which level numbering must start. From which level numbering must start. Level number. So from which level numbering must start? It defines from which level. By default is 1. By default, numbering starts from 1. You can define a specific level here. For example, I am giving 1. So that is like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want numbering to start from 51. Then I can simply keep here start as 51. Then numbering will start with 51. I want numbering to start from 101. It will start from 101. So I want numbering to start from 1. It will start from 1. I want numbering to start at 5. It will start at 5. Now, if numbering type is ABC, start is number only. Start indicates level number. Suppose I want ABC numbering to start from E, then you should not say start at E. You should not say start at E, because start is a number, level number. It's not asking where to start. It is asking which level to start. So level is always number, not alphabet. That means if you want to start with D, then level number of D is 4. So that means it will start with 4. D, E, F, G. You should not give D, right? That is wrong. So you have to give the level number only always. It's always level number. That is the option how you define. Another important is when you are defining the numbers, start at 1. So suppose here we are defining the number. In the recent versions, one more attribute is introduced here, that ordered list can have reversed. Ordered list can have reversed numbering style. Reverse numbering style. It will reverse the numbering style. That means it will reverse the numbering only, not the data. It will reverse only the number, not the data. Don't think that data will go above below. It will not reverse your data. It will reverse only the numbers. Generally, reverse numbering is very much required when you want to display recent ones top. older ones at the bottom. That is very common. These days what we do is we will say that you recently viewed this, and recent one will be at the top, older ones will be at the bottom. That depends on your type of arrangement. And here I am giving here, this is 1 2 3 4. I am giving here reversed. It will keep it like 0 1 2. Negative values will come because I given at start at 1. I am not giving here start at 1. I am not giving start at all. Then you can see it will be 4 3 2 1. 4 3 2 1. So that means if it will give a reverse numbering. And if you say start at 2, then it will start with 2 1. After 2 1, 0 minus 1 should come, right? That means minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, because after 1, 0 only. And very important, now here again complicated doubt comes to many people. If it is ABC, then after BA, what will be the next one? Minus A minus B. That is common sense. Na? That means there is no negative alphabet, right? Then automatically it will take general number only. That is a general common sense, right? That is general mathematical common sense, that it doesn't have any negative alphabets, minus A minus B. Obviously it will go to number again. Negative means always it will go with number only. There is no alphabet negative. So that means if I define this type as ABC and start with 2, then obviously it will be BA0 minus 1. There is no negative alphabet, right? So these are very much used for reverse type of presenting the content. So remember, your data is not rearranged. Only the numbering is arranged in that way. So that it is very much used when we are displaying recent items at the top, older items at the bottom. So we are going to use this kind of numbering system. And in numbering, we have nested numbering. That means under a list, another list, under that list, another list. How we can create nested, how you can keep side by side numbering, all these things we will see in our next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay. Today we have learned so many things, you need to practice them, right? Then in the next session, we will discuss about ordered list, unordered list, and other font effects and styles, how to give. After tomorrow and day after tomorrow session, we can design some examples now. Up to this part, I will give you some examples. Right, tomorrow we will continue with it. Right.